and I have him here to talk about the state of play and what he expects on Tuesday and why he's backing Kamala Harris. Beto, it is good to see you, and in the context of what we saw today with yet another mass shooting in a school, the one that you were at in El Paso was not at a school, but it destroyed that community for a while all the same. And I appreciate you being here. So let's start with that issue, and we'll back into these other ones and how they manifest in the debate. What do you believe Kamala Harris will suggest as a solution to the scourge of school shootings?
I think a real opportunity for her, a real gift that she can bring to the table is bringing people together on might seem like an intractable, unsolvable issue, gun violence in America. You just really don't see anything like this in any other country. And so you either conclude that we are fated to this for the rest of our future, and we just tell our kids, I've got a 13-year-old at home, a little bit younger than your youngest, and just say, hey, I'm sorry, guy, there's just nothing we can do. Or we say, look, we're going to find a way to bring Democrats and Republicans together. Maybe we can't do everything that either side wants, but is there some common ground? And I'll tell you, in traveling Texas and listening to people who, Chris, never in a million years will vote for me, I find common ground. Could we get a universal background check, for example? We don't have that in Texas. I don't know that they have it in Georgia. Can we get a red flag law so that if some kid or an adult, for that matter, is exhibiting signs of self-harm or wants to harm someone else, you know, the school shooter in Uvalde, before he ever walked into Robb Elementary, his friends called him the school shooter. There's no red flag law in Texas. There's no opportunity for parents of a disturbed child like that to say, hey, I need some help here. We need to get these guns out of the house. Same thing happened in the El Paso shooting. And by the way, this community is forever grateful to you for being here and shining a spotlight on the humanity that they tried to take away from us. And instead, I think you were able to show a resilient, strong community that has fought back. But the gunman in that case, his mom called the cops in Allen, Texas, and says, my son ordered an AK-47, have no idea what he wants with it. And the cop said, I'm sorry, good luck, you're on your own. There's nothing we can do about it. So there are common sense solutions. It won't solve every instance of gun violence. Let's be clear about that, but it will reduce the number of avoidable deaths, perhaps like the one that we saw today in Atlanta.
So why on the table of potential solutions isn't paying for armed protection in every school in America?
No, that might be the right solution in some communities. In Texas, we have a program where you're able to do that on a given school campus. You have to go through, background checks, and there's a special process to do that. In some communities, some school districts have elected to do that. And I don't begrudge that. That might be the right solution. Those people have decided for themselves. But I don't know that a piecemeal approach is going to solve a problem that takes tens of thousands of our fellow Americans from us every single year. And I know that there are Republicans, there are gun owners, there are folks who are absolutely fiercely protective of the Second Amendment who will acknowledge that much, who will say, hey, I don't want my kids going to school knowing that they may not come home at the end of the day. I'm not going to accept this as our permanent future. I want change. But we haven't had perhaps the political will or the right leadership that can bring people together to do something like this. There will be no way, at least as I look at the math in Congress, that a Democratic administration can run roughshod over a Republican, even a Republican minority, and get this done.
No way.
You're going to have to find consensus. And I think that is something that Kamala Harris is trying to exhibit on the campaign trail, bringing people together, making sure that everyone knows that she will serve everyone as president.
I'm just saying, if you're going to deal with schools, you want to keep guns out of the hands of some people, but they're going to say you need guns in the hands of certain other people who are there to protect the kids. Hey, thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen. And don't forget, click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.